It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock, back again at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, 20 minutes south of downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save. Our nightcap takes us to Class 1A, the Gold Division, where the Chartiers Valley Colts, the recently unseeded Penguins Cup champions of 1A, take on the reigning Penguins Cup champions of 1A, the team in red, the Avonworth Antelopes. These teams were not in the same division a year ago, meeting for the first time on Mount Lebanon ice since January of 2024, when number 95 in white, Dylan Szymanski, scored the overtime winner to preserve the Colts' undefeated regular season. They would go on to win their first 23 games overall, including playoffs, and win their first Penguins Cup since 1986. The top scorer on that team, Noah Callender, coming off two sensational seasons, is not playing high school hockey this year. So the Colts, a bit of a new look club, entering the new campaign under 12th year head coach Paul Benetti. 4 points in their first two regular season contests, middle of the pack in that Gold Division. Since the beginning of that Penguins Cup run of Chartiers Valleys, they have played 45 games against PIHL competition, regular season and playoffs. They have won 42. Most recently, a 4-3 victory over Butler here on Pink Out Night last Thursday. The Lopes, one win, one loss to begin their title defense, both at the Barrel Toyota Ice Complex. They blasted West Allegheny on opening night, then bowed to Mars, the team they beat for that Penguins Cup title, by a 5-3 score on TenbandTV last Monday, a game in which the teams combined for 3 shorthanded goals, including back-to-back shorties in the third. In the pregame huddle for Avonworth, a milestone maker, Cooper Powell, number 20 in red, huddling up in front of his goaltender Hunter Graves. Powell with his 100th career PIHL point in that game against the Planets, the second leading scorer in the brief 6-year history of the Avonworth program, coached for the second year straight by Chris Chiasano. Powell getting set to appear in game number 60 in his varsity career, which will tie his former teammate Connor Ralston for the all-time Avonworth lead. Thank you, Austin McLean. Once again, our USA Hockey officials, Peterson and McLean, no relation. And yeah, don't adjust your set. That's not Danny Mack getting a 5th year of eligibility. That's Andrew Hetchko, who is still awaiting his proper number 72 regular season Avonworth uniform. So he's wearing Danny Mack's old equipment from that Penguins Cup run, which hopefully for Hetchko's sake continues to be lucky. Hetchko got his first ever goaltending win in the opener against West A wearing that 91 uniform. And at the other end, how about this? Ben Waldron Part of a voluminous hockey family in the Chartiers Valley School District. Getting set to make his varsity debut. Waldron, the freshman, playing briefly in the PIHL Charities Tournament against Seneca Valley. Waldron stopping all 6 shots he faced in that game against Seneca. And the Arctic Foxes product watches Avonworth control the opening faceoff and push that puck to his left. Lopes attacking from left to right on your TV computer or mobile device to begin the contest. Up to center, Austin Tornabin. Jackson Shorey trying to get open in front. Tornabin behind the Avonworth net. To the point for Dylan Szymanski. That shot from distance blocked in front by Jack Dolan, and that hurt the Avonworth alternate captain and all-star defenseman. Dolan clutching his hand a bit as he comes off. Shorey from his own zone up to Tornabin. Tornabin gains the red line, sends it deep. Colts make an early change. Collision in the corner. Ryan Viola trying to control that puck. Lopes force it back to center. Luke Ermlich coming off a 2-goal night against the Mars Planets, his first 2 varsity goals despite the loss. Darian Strohsnyder to the corner. Lopes quickly in transition. Owen Stiers unable to get that puck on goal from an angle, and the Colts ice it. A minute 24 in. Chartiers Valley with 12 defensemen on their varsity roster. They literally have as many defensemen as they do forwards. Very unusual. And so it should come as no surprise that they get a lot of offense from their defense. That's been their strong point early in the season. We told you about Szymanski in pregame. He's got a pair of goals and 3 points already. Both goals coming in that win over Butler, including the game winner. Strohsnyder toward goal. Hetchko watches it go to the corner. Randy Bevan up but not out. Speaking of famous D-men on the Colts, Tyler Held wearing that alternate captain's A this season for Paul Benetti. Of course, he'll go down in school history as the OT winning goal scorer in that Penguins Cup final of 2024. Held, one of the better offensive defensemen in the league, not just Class A the last couple of seasons. 34 points as a junior. 64 career points for Held as he continues his senior season with the program. Szymanski behind his own net early in a scoreless game. To center, Dolan, no worse for the wear, playing that puck back into the CV zone. Here is Tyler Held, reversing the play to his captain, Dylan Szymanski. Cal Staub up the right wing boards. Colin Anderson behind his own net to Dolan. Cooper Powell floats it up to Linus Jesenowski. Jesenowski wide of Waldron. Anderson keeps it in at the right point, but not for long. Good pressure there by Held to win back that puck. And a turnover to Powell. Powell lost an edge, still fires it on net. And Waldron officially has his first career save. Stiers trying to go forward off that faceoff against Tornabin. Lopes working from the corner. Colts through center. Jackson Shorey giving chase. Nick Erst is going to get there first, though. Ursta shrugs off the check. One-timer in front, save made. Rebound pushed wide of Hetchko. Oh, two big stops there by the Avonworth goaltender. And Hetchko will hang on to that one. 17 saves in that win over West A on opening night for the Avonworth junior, whose varsity debut came on September 30th of last year as a skater. Not a lot of goaltending depth in that Avonworth program. Mack was the Iron Man really the last couple of years for the Lopes. Szymanski fires on net. Hetchko that save. Tornabin from the near side, checked up high by Sam Klein. And the Lopes bring it up to center. Good stick there by Joey DeAngelis. DeAngelis and the Colts recover. Garrett Kramer from center red for Steyrs. Bevan thought about going to Shields. Instead, he backhands it weakly toward goal. Szymanski flags it down. Lead pass for Brady Wichterman. Wichterman, wide of the blocker hand of goaltender Hetchko. Out in front it comes. One-timer save by Hetchko. A good stop there on Vinny Venero. Venero had a really nice freshman season of his own, and one of the Colts' better underclassmen, perhaps overshadowed by Noah Callender the last couple of years, but Venero certainly a player to watch in his second varsity campaign. Hennigan across the line for Avonworth. Saved by Waldron. Rebound pushed quickly to the corner by Szymanski. Venero absorbs the check. Joey Moore has the puck for the Lopes and puts it through the blue paint. Gavin Waldron sends it in behind the Avonworth line. And the Lopes will play it up the near boards right to Dylan Szymanski. Szymanski flicks it back in on goal, and Hetchko's not going to leave anything to chance. Waldron off the face-off. Hetchko making that leg save. Jack Such, the varsity newcomer. Up to Klein. Klein into the attacking zone for the Lopes. He went down vis-a-vis Waldron. And we get a whistle and a stoppage here. Not quite 6 minutes into this first period, and Waldron's going to get sent off for slashing. I would have guessed tripping, but potato. The Lopes have the first penny power play of the night. And last year's #1 power play in Class 1A will go to work in a scoreless game here in the first period. Lopes 3 of 9 on the man advantage to begin this year. 36.5% on the PP a year ago. Colts 88% even on the PK last year. 3rd overall in 1A. A very strong special teams club on both ends, power play and penalty kill. The Colts were very sharp in 24-25. Colts 7 of their first 9 on the PK to begin this season as the Lopes play it out from behind their own net. Steyrs from an angle to Ermlich. Ermlich let it go to Powell, and the Colts force it up the near boards, and here comes Chory shorthanded. Dolan cuts him off. Dolan hit from behind by Chory. That'll raise a few eyebrows off to our left. Ermlich dropping for Powell, pushed from behind by Chory. Midway through this penny power play for Avonworth. Powell up high to Dolan. Dolan, a very adept point player on that power play for Chris Chiasano, but couldn't find the net, and the Colts get it the length of the ice. Powell, stick check by Stroh-Snyder. Stroh-Snyder with a pair of shorthanded goals for CV last season. Jesenowski deflects it into the Char Valley zone. Half a minute to go in the minor on Waldron. Bevan settles it down. Hannigan retreating under pressure from Venero. Strohsnyder unable to get it deep. Venero, who set up a couple of CV goals in that win over Butler, will get it the rest of the way and come off. Paul Bonetti changing penalty killers with 5 left on that penalty clock. And it looks like CV will dodge the early special teams bullet as Waldron comes right to his own bench. And we remain scoreless with 9 to go in the first period. Anderson with his back to the play. Intercepted by Viola. Tyler Held going to let it go for icing, but he won't get the whistle. Viola to Tornabin. Klein cross ice to his defensive partner Anderson. Szymanski waiting inside his own line. Up for Viola, but he couldn't handle the pass. No icing, says this USA Hockey crew. Klein for Such. Such under pressure from Chori. Releases that puck. Jesenowski and Powell working in tandem midway through this scoreless first period. Powell knocked to the ice. And the alternate captain bounces right back up for Avonworth as Ersta plays it inside his own end. Unforced error by the sophomore defenseman. Jesenowski lets it ricochet to Cooper Powell. Powell finding space up the right wing, trying to center it for Jesenowski. He was too well marked, and that took a funny bounce just wide of Ben Waldron, the freshman goaltender. Ermlich resetting at center red. Ersta near side for Klein. Klein up to Powell. Powell with the dump in, and Chiasano wants to make a line change. Wichterman, the varsity newcomer, unable to get it out of his own zone. Brace Wichterman with his first varsity goal last Thursday. Venero bodies that puck inside the Avonworth line. Lopes going D to D. Szymanski quickly up to center. Picked off by Ermlich. Kramer. Up ahead. Steyer's unable to handle that one. Kramer back to Owen Steyer's now as the Lopes are changing personnel once again. Venero takes the hit, keeps the puck. Yard sale in the neutral zone. Colts unable to advance it, however. Tyler Held off the boards to Eftimitis. Cut out in front by Bevan. Tyler Held retreating to center. Held with momentum now over the line. Held toward goal. Score! Tyler Held gives the Colts a 1-0 lead, and why don't you make yourself a dang quesadilla? The All-Star goes short side on Andrew Hetchko, and CV jumps on top. One of the league's premier offensive defensemen striking again, and what did we tell you, the Colts getting goals from that blue line of theirs. Anderson around the boards, delayed offside on the Lopes. DeAngelis icing it for the Colts. DeAngelis' older brother Chris, a two-time Chartiers Valley captain once upon a time. That was quite an achievement at the time. It's very unusual for any PIHL team to have the same captain from one year to the next, but not long ago that was the case. Szymanski turning it over behind his own net. Such coughed it up to the other 92. That's DeAngelis. Chori from just shy of the blue line sends it in. Takes a hit from Klein upstairs. Tornabin losing an edge in the high slot area as the Lopes play it up the boards. Szymanski in behind the net. Klein, with help from his Avonworth teammates, gets this puck to center. 2-on-1 for the Lopes. Chance for Powell. Saved by Waldron. Waldron's best save yet. Final 4.5 of this first period. Tyler Held's second goal of the season has the Colts up 1-0. Kramer off a Char Valley body. That might have caught Tyler Held. Viola around Kramer. Colts trying to complete a line change as Ermlich drops it for Stiers. Stiers from center point, turning around and right into the glove of Waldron it goes. Waldron's back up tonight. Braden Palco, the senior. Palco also played in that Seneca Valley game, took the loss in that PIHL Charities Tournament contest. Icing on CV. Colin Zolkowski, who got the win against Butler, not appearing on the sheet tonight. Lopes win the faceoff but can't keep it in the zone, and Strohsnyder goes down. Colts wanted a penalty, none forthcoming. Delayed offside on Chartiers Valley. Stiers in limited space, sends it inside the CV blue line. DeAngelis turns it over to Stiers. Stiers makes his move. Stiers fires upstairs. That'll miss. Venero goes down in the corner. Jackson Pakailo coming on for the Lopes. Anderson deep into CV territory, held. Reversing the play to Wichterman. Wichterman for Venero. Venero dispossessed. Pakailo on the counter, saved by Waldron. Moore has the rebound in the corner to Pakailo. Pakailo off a body. Colts clear it up, but not out. Anderson and DeAngelis collide. Pakailo trying to play it out in front for the Lopes. Dolan on the retreat. Pressured by Venero, but has this puck at center. Dolan, 1 against 4. Dolan to the cage, to his own feet. Out in front, intended for Mason Stover, making his 25-26 debut for Chris Chiasano. Stover unable to get it cleanly on goal. Dolan to center red. Staub quickly inside Avonworth territory. Dolan and Anderson, the D pairing on this shift for Avonworth, which is guilty of icing late in period 1. Now, if you love watching your team on TenbandTV, there's no better way to support it than buying a sponsorship for the 2025-26 season. Now through Halloween Friday, our preseason special has been extended, allowing you to put whatever ad purchases you make toward a broadcast of your favorite team. Quantities are limited. Broadcasts awarded. First come, first serve. Email sales@tenbandmedia.com before the next puck drops and tell us your team. Colts on the attack. Staub unable to play it out in front. Good stick there by Ersta. Klein from his own corner for Powell. Powell trying to get around Zach Eftimitis. Approaching the final minute of first period play. DeAngelis greeted along the near boards by Stover a moment ago. Cooper Powell emerges from that fracas with the puck for Avonworth. Powell keeps his feet, but can't keep the puck. Good job by Waldron and Szymanski to mess with his mojo. Colts in the middle of a change and a turnover to Bevan. Szymanski up to Viola. Tornabin slips up the right wing boards. Trying to center for Chori, and a good play there with the active stick by Hetchko. Clean pass there, and Chori maybe has Andrew Hetchko at his mercy. Stoppage in play with 28 ticks to talk. And Chori took a penalty. A misconduct call against Jackson Chori, and Paul Benetti wants an explanation. Some salty language perhaps being hurled in the direction of these USA Hockey officials. And Benetti, I think, arguing that Chori was responding to something that happened in the midst of that play. It's a 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct. So this will not be a power play for the Lopes. But the junior will miss extended time nonetheless. Szymanski wins the own zone draw and sends it around the boards for Viola. 20 to go. Anderson up to Stiers. Stiers just missing at the far post. Dolan has the rebound off the stick of Shields, who takes the hit from Tornabin. 8 seconds left. Venero, right side for Viola. Viola trying to go back to Venero. One too many passes there, I think, as one of the Colts is dumped into the net with Hetchko hanging on to that puck. And Benetti will ask Ben Waldron to come off for this final face-off with 1.6 seconds on the clock. And with the buzzer on the fritz here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, you'll have to settle for an end-of-period whistle. At any rate, Chartiers Valley Colts 1, Avonworth Antelopes nothing after 1. I'm Matt Popchock. It's PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again. The Mount Washington Shop and Save is a proud sponsor of the 2025-2026 season of PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV. Check out the ad on your screen during any of our broadcasts this season for the latest, greatest deals on everything the Mount Washington Shop and Save has to offer. Whatever you need, even ghost pepper cheese. Store managers Jim and Michelle Kazarowski will make sure you find it at the Mount Washington Shop and Save. And special thanks to Jim and Michelle for their continued support of regional hockey coverage on 10-Band TV. I'm more of a provolone man myself, but that's neither here nor there. The side switch has occurred as the Colts play pinball with help from their freshman goaltender, Ben Waldron. That bouncing puck came right in on the novice Tendy, and he fights it off early in this second period. The teams have switched sides, and the Colts lead 1-0. Both teams with 7 shots on goal, the Colts and the Avonworth Antelopes in that first period. Tyler held his second goal of the season, the only shot that matters thus far. Joey Moore off the draw. That goes wide. Glove down at center by Venero. Venero puts it off the hand of Kramer. Moore to center. Yard sale in front of the Avonworth bench as Waldron has to be alert. Colts send it into Avonworth territory. Dolan with his back to Stroh-Snyder, controls this puck for Avonworth. And with help from Ermlich, the Lopes eventually will get it back to center. Or near center, anyway. Stiers driving the net, knocked off balance by Szymanski, among others. DeAngelis, the big defenseman, with this puck for CV. From the scorer's table, it's settled down by the alternate captain. Waldron unable to reach it. Pukailo sends it around the boards. Hennigan turns it over to DeAngelis. Stroh-Snyder tying up his man. Szymanski. Stroh-Snyder to Pukailo. And Stroh-Snyder knocking down Anderson as he tried to advance that puck. Anderson paid the price, but won it for Dolan. Pukailo to center. Venero lost it to Hennigan. That loud save made by Ben Waldron. Crosby Zolkowski seeing his first ice time of this game. Gets it back for Szymanski. Dolan around for Anderson. Szymanski at the red line. Up for Viola. Dolan takes the hit from Tornabin, but gets the puck to the corner. Slick pass there by Hennigan to Such. Such from distance, fought off by Waldron. Bounce pass intended for Tornabin, a little too far. Anderson gets it deep. Tyler Held, who has the game's only goal, has to go fetch. Breakout pass to Viola for Tornabin. Tornabin from behind the net. Taken out of the play by Sam Klein. Eftimitis around the boards. Held wide of goal. Szymanski into the glove hand of Hetchko, who makes the standing stop. 4 minutes into period 2. Other Class A action on 10-Band TV tonight. North Hills at Greensburg-Salem. Brian Mitchell on 10-Band TV 2 has that for you on demand. or live on another internet-capable device if you wish to multitask. A hockey night at the Kirk Nevin Arena as well. Here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, it's 1-0 Colts. This puck swatted eventually off the back of the net, sitting dangerously out in front. Waldron unable to clear it. From the point, it's deflected on Ben Waldron, the goaltender. Lopes get it back up to Bevan. Bevan from that right point. That's blocked in front by DeAngelis. Ermlich for Anderson. Anderson toward goal. Waldron saw that one. Out in front again. Waldron unable to locate it. Got some help from Stroh-Snyder, who tied up Moore at the side of the net. Lopes win a puck battle deep. Turnaround shot. Missing everything and everybody. Stiers was the one who fired that puck. And the Colts ice it legally. Avonworth changing units. Turnover to Viola out in front, intended for Eftimitis. Up it comes to Hennigan. Venero from the official's crease dumps it in for Chartiers Valley. Anderson up to Pakailo. DeAngelis offside. And a slashing call coming up against CV. The Colts, we told you they're a strong team on the penalty kill, and that strength is being put to the test. Venero will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Avonworth 0 for 1 on the penny power play. Back to work 5 against 4 with 11:23 to the ice cut. Colts win the own zone face-off and clear it. Cooper Powell, predictably, out there for this top power play unit. For Stiers on his right. Stiers dropping for Ermlich. Cross ice for Powell. Powell with some space. Fires wide of goal. And the rebound will come not quite out. Jesenowski unable to bottle it up. Powell up to Dolan. Dolan for Jesenowski. Jesenowski poke checked. Jesenowski gets it back, and what a save there by Waldron. And he's got the follow-up as well. A bang-bang play right at the side of the net. And Waldron got that leg out there to make the stop. Don't tell him he's a freshman. Avonworth with the #1 power play and #1 team offense in Class A last season, en route to that Penguins Cup and being kept off the board by the varsity debutante. Waldron with another save. Lopes win the face-off. Stiers near side. Waldron tries to eat that one. It's still available in front, and ricochets to the corner. Up to Stiers it'll come. Ermlich, left side, finds middle but not mesh. Dolan for Stiers. Cross ice for Cooper Powell. Jesenowski off a body. Bouncing puck. Eluded Stiers. Stiers down low. Jesenowski cutting toward the goal. He had it behind the net, then lost it to Tyler Held. And Wichterman gets it out of the zone. 15 to go on the penny power play for Avonworth. Powell shoved by Held, but keeps the puck. Dolan! Oh, what a stop there by Waldron. That might have caught his mask as he slid to his left. Dolan off the skate of Jesenowski. Penalty over. Colts have killed off their second of the night. And they remain on top by a goal. Venero with speed over the line. Venero out in front. One-timer missed. Wichterman didn't get a lot of English on that shot. Shields harassed by Venero. Waldron will cover it up. Face off to Ben Waldron's left, and it comes back to center. Bevan retreating for Avonworth to Shields. Shields goes down in front of the home bench. Tornabin going after it for the Colts. Pukilo near side for Bevan. That pass cut out by Viola. Held plays it to himself at center. Held right wing. I'll take that, thank you very much, says Andrew Hetchko. Hetchko, as we said, debuted at the beginning of last season as a skater in Chris Chiasano's varsity lineup and actually had a goal in that debut game as a skater. So he's got a varsity goal and a varsity goaltending win to his credit in 2 seasons' time. The year's not over yet, far from it. Going to be a lot of firsts for Hetchko as the Avonworth net has a new player in it for the first time in a couple of years, and the Colts are going back to the box. DeAngelis for tripping. And will the third time be the charm on the penny power play for the Avonworth Antelopes? We'll see. You don't want to play with fire and keep going off and going into the box if you're the Colts, especially against an opponent of this caliber. Stiers, left side. Powell, that save made by Waldron. The rebound is fired high and wide. Oh, Ermlich would like a second crack at that one, I'm sure. CV able to clear it. Hetchko settles it down. Stiers taking his time now, setting up the Avonworth power play. Up to Powell. Powell met by Tornabin. Tornabin stripped him of the puck, but good support there by Jesenowski. Jesenowski's pass broken up by Gavin Waldron. Jesenowski with it again. One-timer by Powell. That caught Waldron and caught a piece of the net as well. And officials want both teams to play on, and finally Ben Waldron gets a whistle and takes a whack at one of the Lopes at the end of that play, it looks like. Wasn't happy about some contact. Midway through this penny power play, the Lopes still trying to find an answer for this rookie CV goaltender. That goes off the body of Dolan, who's already had his hand clipped in this game early in period 1. Powell from the right point. From the right circle, pressured by Szymanski to Ermlich. Ermlich fires, deflected on goal. It's still loose, or is it? No! Ben Waldron hung on, and he'll get another face-off. 34 to go in the Avonworth power play. Colts win the face-off, and it deflects off the raised stick of Powell. Hetchko has to leave his net to play it. High stick on the puck against Avonworth. And both coaches want fresh troops out there. Paul Benetti barking out instructions to his penalty killers. Benetti in his 10th year of his second tour of duty with his Colts varsity team. Also coached them for 2 seasons in the early 2000s when they were an open division team, as Division II was called at the time. Colts won the first ever open division championship awarded by the PIHL in 05 with Benetti at the helm. And the Colts are 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. Waldron the save. The rebound is covered by the freshman. Joey Moore getting involved after the whistle. And we're going to get more penalties. Tyler Held, who has the game's only goal so far, is going to be sent off for roughing. And is that going to be the only penalty? I thought one of the Lopes might go as well. And indeed, Joey Moore is going to go off for a coincidental minor, so at least the Colts are able to wash out that penalty on Held. Six minutes exactly to the ice cut here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. And we remain 5-aside. Dolan off the Avonworth faceoff win. Wide of goal. Jesenowski unable to shoot it on the turnaround maneuver. Lead pass to Viola, one-on-one with Dolan. Dolan stands him up neatly. Viola the steal. Dolan pressures him again. To center for Stover. Joey DeAngelis. Up to Chori. Jackson Chori, fresh out of the sin bin himself after that earlier misconduct penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Powell for Jesenowski. Jesenowski, and make that save number 24 on 24 shots faced by freshman goaltender Ben Waldron. Waldron makes it 25, and the Colts have the rebound. CV playing a little rope-a-dope here late in period 2, leading 1-0 despite the shot disparity. Jesenowski over the attacking line for the Lopes. Jesenowski, that deflects off one of the Colts. Kramer from the point. Interrupted by Staub. Played back beyond the line for Bevan. Bevan dumps it in for Avonworth. DeAngelis surveying the play. Turns it over. Stiers, left wing. Score! Owen Stiers fires a puck that had fire coming out of the back of it. The Lopes make it a 1-1 game. Shake well before using. Owen Stiers, his third of the season. And finally, Avonworth gets the goose egg off the board here in Mount Lebanon. Four points already for Stiers to begin his first varsity season with Avonworth. He's becoming quite a weapon for Chris Chiasano. And the champs are officially up off the mat. We've got a 1-1 hockey game with 3:45 left in period 2. Ersta from deep in his own zone. Trying to spin off Waldron. Colts have it. Out in front intended for Stroh-Snyder. He knocks down Jimmy Shields. Shields gets back up as play continues. Stiers again. That caught the bar behind Waldron. Thurs, that close to goal number 2 in rapid succession. Ersta off a stick. Waldron reads it well and covers. The Lopes, they've got the hop. After Owen Thurs, the junior forward, gives them an equalizer. Six points for him in the preseason in the PIHL Charities tournament. He was more of a setup man, though, in the preseason with 5 assists. Now he's starting to find the net. Colts win the faceoff in their own end. Chori out for Viola. Viola poke checked by Dolan late in period 2. PIHL gets it deep for the Lopes, and this will be icing. If you love watching your team on TenbandTV, there's no better way to support it than buying a sponsorship for the 25-26 season. Now through Halloween Friday, our preseason special has been extended, allowing you to put whatever ad buys you make toward a broadcast of your favorite team. Quantities are limited, broadcasts awarded, first come, first serve. Email sales@tenbandmedia.com before the next puck drops and tell us your team. Off the stick of Tornabin. Held from his own boards up to Szymanski. Szymanski around a man. Szymanski fires off of Dolan. Good gap control there by the senior. Held with it one more time for CV. Over the attacking line, met by the stick of Anderson. And he pulls the stick of Anderson away, and Colts fans wanted a holding call there on Anderson, but none forthcoming as Hetchko makes the save. Final 2 minutes of period 2. Colts win the faceoff up to DeAngelis. Crosby Zolkowski, deep for Staub. Staub off a stick. It bounces at the side of the net. Eftimitis couldn't keep it in the zone. Good work by Powell to protect that puck. He takes a shove from behind by Eftimitis. Staub sends it in. Klein to the corner. Klein to his fellow D-man Bevan. Linus Jesenowski in front of his own bench. Inside the line, fires off of Powell. And the friendly fire allows Zolkowski to play it back into Avonworth territory. Well, you know you're getting old when you see Crosby as a first name, not a surname. Starting to see that name pop up a little more at the varsity and lower levels of interscholastic hockey. DeAngelis from the left point. It's deflected off of Hetchko, still loose. How did that stay out? My goodness. Held off one of his own men, and out in front, Eftimitis couldn't ram it in. Half a minute left. Deflected toward goal again. Hetchko makes the save and freezes it with 25 ticks to talk. The Colts that close to retaking the lead. One of the Lopes going down off the faceoff. That was Anderson. 15 to go in the period. Avonworth just trying to kill the rest of this clock and take their chances with a 1-1 hockey game going into period 3. And looks like they're going to get their wish. It's dumped in with 2 seconds left. There's your whistle. And here's your ice cut at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. With your score after 2 periods, Avonworth Antelopes won, Chartiers Valley Colts won. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Tyler Held retreating to center. Held with momentum now over the line. Held toward goal. Score! Tyler Held gives the Colts a 1-0 lead, and why don't you make yourself a dang quesadilla? Go back to Venero. One too many passes there, I think, as one of the Colts is dumped into the net with Hetchko hanging on to that puck. And Benetti will checked. Justinowski gets it back, and what a save there by Waldron. And he's got the follow-up as well. A bang-bang play right at the side of the net to Ermlich. Ermlich fires, deflected on goal. It's still loose, or is it? No. Ben Waldron hung on. Surveying the play, turns it over. Stiers, left wing. Score! Owen Stiers fires a puck that had fire coming out of the back of it. Out in front, intended for Stroh-Snyder. He knocks down Jimmy Shields. Shields gets back up as play continues. Stiers again. That caught the bar behind Waldron.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
The Mount Washington Shop and Save is a proud sponsor of the 25-26 season of PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV. Check out the ad on your screen during any of our broadcasts throughout the season for the latest, greatest deals on everything the Mount Washington Shop and Save has to offer. Whatever you need for all your sandwich making needs, store managers Jim and Michelle Kazarowski will make sure you find it at the Mount Washington Shop and Save. And special thanks to the Kazarowskis, as always, for supporting PIHL coverage on TenbandTV. PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save, returns to the Mount Lebanon Ice Center for period 3. We'll be returning here next Thursday night as well. More on that in a couple of moments. Second period shots on goal. Avonworth 17, Chartiers Valley 8. Owen Stiers with the one that counted to tie up this game for the Lopes. The Colts find themselves in a battle. And the battle of the last two Penguins Cup champions in Class A continues here on the freshly cut ice of the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Waldron and Ermlich greet each other in front of the CV bench. Steal by the Lopes. Steyrs sends it down low to Ermlich, who's taken down right into the net. And CV fans won't be happy, I'm sure, but not sure they get much more obvious than that. Hooking the indication. Now, the WPIHL soccer playoffs will be starting soon. And in soccer vernacular, you might call that a professional foul that Tyler Held just took. Lopes had the puck in a dangerous spot, but they don't get the goal. They do get the power play chance. Avonworth, last year's #1 power play team in Class A, 0 for 3 tonight. They were 3 of 9 to start the year entering this contest. Waldron makes that save off the knob of his stick. Good effort there by Steyrs. Dolan wins the battle, and from the short side he misses. Steyrs has the rebound. Steyrs to Jesenowski, the pass too heavy. Up top for Powell. Powell down low to Ermlich. Ermlich in front, couldn't shoot it cleanly, and Jesenowski missed the net. Put wide by Steyrs. It's still available in front. Put on Waldron, he makes a save. They're hacking, they're whacking, and a generous whistle for the Char Valley rookie. Jesenowski just looked to the heavens a second ago. He can't believe it. Neither can we. Waldron with 30 saves with still 15:48 left in regulation. A minute 15 to go on the penny power play for Avonworth. They win another faceoff. Jesenowski to Ermlich. Stolen and cleared by Venero. Powell is able to slow it down somewhat, but it does go the length of the ice. Steyrs with speed up the right wing. 1 against 2. Steyrs off balance shot. Good save by Ben Waldron. The Colts with another clearance. 40 to go in the minor on Held. Powell over the attacking line. Powell, poke check by DeAngelis. Steyrs, left side for Jesenowski. Jesenowski in front. Shot. Waldron says And he continues to try and will his team to this victory. They're being outshot at a 3-1 clip early in this third period, but still in a tie game. Avonworth with a couple more moments of power play time to work with, but the Colts win the faceoff. They do, however, play it out of action. Tyler Held in the sin bin for Chartiers Valley has their only goal for the moment. Colts exhaust the area one more time. And Chartiers Valley has been very businesslike on the PK. They are now 4 for 4. And it remains a 1-1 hockey game. Held goes back to the bench. Wichterman plays it to center for Tornabin. Tornabin with Wichterman going to the net. Tornabin for Wichterman. Couldn't connect. Good read there by Hetchko, the Avonworth goaltender. And he'll cover this puck with Viola bearing down on him. Next Thursday night, as I hinted at earlier, we are back here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center for a Class 3A doubleheader on TenbandTV. Franklin Regional at Mount Lebanon at 7:10. Central Catholic at South Fayette at 9:10. That shot from the point by Szymanski deflects wide of goal. Joey Moore with it for the Lopes. Save made there by Waldron. Kramer to Ermlich. Szymanski trying to find Waldron. Too many red shirts in the way of that outlet pass. Kramer to center, Szymanski. Szymanski off his own man, Venero, and that hit off one of the rafters. And fortunately missed the light fixture here over the face-off dot. So they'll drop the puck at center. Peterson and McLean, this USA hockey crew, pulling double duty tonight in Mount Lebanon. Shorey from distance, knocked aside by Hetchko. Lead pass to Jesenowski, and Powell almost threaded the needle. Avonworth wants a penalty. None forthcoming as it deflects off Waldron. DeAngelis to the boards for Chori. Chori up to Eftimitis. Eftimitis chases this puck behind the Avonworth net, trying to shrug off Dolan. He'll reverse the play for Cal Staub. Jesenowski clears it back to center. Outletted for Eftimitis. Chori, with Eftimitis tagging up, dumps the puck. Anderson paired with Dolan once again for Avonworth. Anderson for Shields. Jimmy Shields through center. Shields for Powell, who misses off balance. Jesenowski gets the puck deep for Avonworth. Shields snatches it. Shields in front. Jesenowski. Oh, what a stop there by Waldron. He just got a piece of that one as Klein sends it toward goal. Colts clear it. Icing against CV. Now, if there's such a thing as beginner's luck, Waldron has it out the wazoo in this game, but it's not just luck. Waldron really battling and making some impressive saves. The freshman in his first varsity game officially for the Colts here tonight. And no matter how it turns out, Paul Benetti has to breathe a little sigh of relief, I'm sure, that he's got some goaltending depth to work with after graduating one of the best goaltenders in program history, Matt Kohlberg. Kohlberg, the goalie of record the last time these teams met, 2 regular seasons ago. Kohlberg with a program record for shutouts, it should be noted, and one of them came against the Lopes in the 23-24 Penguins Cup season. And now the Colts are about to get their first penny power play. Waldron looking to get off for the extra skater. Szymanski is just going to shoot it into the glove hand of Andrew Hetchko. And this is the way it usually goes. You get power play after power play after power play. You don't capitalize, and eventually things tend to even out. Colts with a chance to play opportunistic hockey and retake the lead with just over 11 to play in regulation. Brendan Hennigan in the box. Colts to the penny power play. Held on goal. Good save there by Hetchko. Held from distance. That goes wide of goal. Eftimitis aggressively seeking that rebound. Colts want to get it back to Tyler Held at the point. They do. Venero switches places with the alternate captain. Venero cross ice for Held. Held from the boards toward goal. Looked like Hetchko got a piece of that. Venero couldn't keep it in the zone, held retreating. Under pressure from Ermlich and Stiers, the Avonworth penalty killers. Colts make a change behind the play, held around the screen to the corner, and we get a whistle. And we got a penalty on the Avonworth bench. One of Chris Chiasano's assistants said something to this USA Hockey crew that is not appropriate for TenbandTV air, evidently. And it looks like the Lopes are going to get a bench penalty. This is going to be a two-man advantage for CV in a 1-1 game. Colts with a two-man power play for just over a minute. Held through a crowd. It's loose and put in! Austin Tornabin with his first of the season on the front end of that two-man power play. It's 2-1 Colts, and Sophie needs a snack. Ben Waldron with some much-deserved attaboys as the Colts retake the lead. So Hennigan takes the walk of shame. Mason Stover still in the penalty box to serve the bench minor on the Avonworth coaching staff for unsportsmanlike conduct, we presume. Tyler Held securing the door to the Colts locker room, which had been opened by the on-duty EMT. Chartiers Valley now 3 of 7 on the power play to begin the young season. DeAngelis has it. Colts remain on the penny power play for another minute 40. Austin Tornabin, 11 points in each of his last 2 seasons, and finally on the sheet for the first time in 25-26. As a senior, one of 8 seniors on Paul Bonetti's club as play is whistled dead. You are looking at 2 of the 3 highest scoring teams overall in Class A from last season. For what it's worth, they combined for 68 third-period goals. So far, the Colts have one of those. Can Avonworth get one of their own before time runs out? Lopes have it shorthanded. Moore forces the save from Waldron. That seems to be a tale as old as time. Avonworth, a team that loves to press shorthanded, and they have the talent to do it. Shabansky near side. Tried to go to Tornabin. It comes outside the zone to Held. Colts tag up. Tornabin in front of the away bench, knocked to the ice. Stiers has it with 30 to go in the bench penalty. Shabansky takes over at center. Viola couldn't settle it down. Moore playing it to himself, crossing the line for Avonworth. The Lopes trying to play damage control as Moore fires it off the body of Shabansky, and Waldron makes another save shorthanded on Joey Moore. Moore spent all of last year with S-Mark Stars, playing varsity once again this season. Midway through this third period. And the faceoff coming to Ben Waldron's right. So the Lopes do minimize the harm done by the Chartiers Valley power play, and it remains a one-goal game as Stover returns to his own bench. DeAngelis tied up in front of his own bench as Venero is pinned against the glass. Gavin Waldron in that puck battle as well for CV. Delayed penalty coming up again on the Lopes. Hetchko saves that one, and again, the special teams tide turning in Chartiers Valley's favor. And it's the all-star Cooper Powell getting the gate, slashing the call. Colts 1 of 2 on the penny power play. Getting chance number 3, and Paul Benetti is going to use his timeout. A critical juncture in this game, which his team leads 2-1. And if you love watching your team on TenbandTV, there's no better way to support it than by buying a sponsorship for the 2025-26 season. Now, through Halloween Friday, our preseason special has been extended, allowing you to put whatever ad buys you make toward a broadcast of your favorite team. Quantities are limited, and broadcasts will be awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. Be sure to email sales@tenbandmedia.com before the next puck drops to tell us your team. The Lopes back in action Monday at the Barrel Complex against Westmont Hilltop. Then 3 days after that, they'll visit Greensburg-Salem, which again is hosting North Hills tonight, or hosted, past tense I should say, at Kirk Nevin Arena. Then 6 straight on home ice for Avonworth. How's that for a schedule quirk? Beginning on Monday, October 27th against Wheeling Central Catholic. Up next for the Colts, next Thursday they'll visit Plum for an 8-10 opening faceoff. Then on Halloween Eve, they will wrap up their season series with North Hills, to whom they lost in overtime in the season opener. And that'll be at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center at 9:10. CV on the PP once again, leading 2-1. Held for Venero. Venero from the top of the circle. Hetchko the save. Dolan the rebound, and outside the zone it goes. Ben Waldron settles it down for Held. Lead pass to Venero, deflected to Szymanski. Szymanski playing it to the near boards. Sneaky pass to Held, deflected on goal. Good save by Hetchko. And Dolan right there to send it the length of the ice. Held from his own line. Jesenowski applying pressure. Venero knocked down. Paul Benetti wanted another penalty. He's not going to get one. Midway through the penny power play, Szymanski over the line. Floats it on goal. Hetchko will freeze it. Bryce Wechterman wins the face-off, and eventually it comes to Tyler Held. Viola to Held. Held through a crowd. Oh, what a save there by Hetchko. And that puck deflects wildly out of play off the protective netting behind the Avonworth goal. Bevan clears it, and a chance shorthanded maybe for Jesenowski. Held gets there on time. Jasanowski shoots on Waldron, who covers. We'll say it with our dying breath. You got to be on your toes when you're up against this Avonworth PK. They are not afraid to take chances, and trailing by a goal, they kind of have to. Time running out in this third period, just over 6 minutes left here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Austin Tornabin with a go-ahead power play goal on a two-man advantage for Chartiers Valley earlier in this period. Anderson around the boards, and out of the box comes Powell. And looked like Powell was getting ready to give Tyler Held a little what for, but thought the better of it. That's a big kill for the Lopes. Staub had that go off his stick. Staub knocked down at the Avonworth line. Gavin Waldron and Shields pushing and shoving. Waldron to his stomach, trying to play that puck. Shields to the corner. DeAngelis around a man. Waldron, the aggressor, will cover the puck. There's just nothing tentative about Ben Waldron's game tonight. And he's up to 37 saves now in his PIHL varsity debut. Colts win the own zone faceoff. Szymanski in behind the net. Szymanski tied up in the corner by Dolan. Such from behind his own net, back to center. Szymanski waiting at the red line. Looked like that puck might have hit one of the rafters, but officials didn't see it, or perhaps just didn't elect to call it. Szymanski, at any rate, toward goal. Not sure if Hetchko got a piece of that or not, but it goes wide. Pakilo underneath the stick of DeAngelis. Icing on Avonworth. Tornabin from Held and Stroh-Snyder. That's the way the go-ahead goal reads officially for the Chartiers Valley Colts. Avonworth Antelopes with this puck. Ben Waldron with the save. Eftimitis from his own corner, met by Shields. Eftimitis and the Colts control it. Jackson Shorey anticipating. Beyond Klein. Staub in hot pursuit for CV. And we're going to get a penalty away from the play. Who's it going against? One of the officials made a T motion, which usually indicates unsportsmanlike conduct. The Avonworth coaching staff has already incurred one of those penalties in this period. Well, either they went back on the call or the officials made an error of some sort, because the faceoff is coming to center ice and the doors to both penalty boxes remain closed. A head scratcher. Bottom line, Avonworth wins that faceoff and they ice the puck with 3.5 remaining. Lopes control this puck. Outletted for Ermlich. Intercepted by DeAngelis and sent right back the other way. Dolan up for Ermlich. Lopes looked to be in an offside position, but we play on. Stiers, his shot from a bad angle blocked easily by Held, who was right in his grill. Ermlich taken down across the blue line. Final 3 minutes of period 3. Chartiers Valley trying to protect the 1-goal lead. Dolan off Tornabin's stick. Viola with space now. 1-on-1 with Dolan. Viola skating wide. Dolan interrupted the shot. To the point it comes for Held. Deflected wide again. Anderson and Venero going at it. Anderson has it for the Lopes, who are changing lines. Stiers, high and wide. Kept in by Klein. DeAngelis with a Murphy dump. Waldron going after it, but it's going to be icing on the Colts. Chris Giussano, I believe, is trying to call his timeout. And this USA Hockey crew does take notice. So both coaches have exhausted their timeouts with 2:11 to play in period 3. Chartiers Valley leading Avonworth 2-1 here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Austin Tornabin, his first goal of the season on a 5-on-3 advantage for the Colts earlier in this period. And the Colts were the league's top defensive team a year ago, thanks in large part to the play of Matt Kohlberg, their past goaltender we talked about a little bit earlier. And really, though, as a team, they defended well, and they've defended well here tonight against one of the more well-peopled teams offensively in all of PIHL Class A. So they might be content to just get pucks deep and protect them and try to kill the clock. Now, certainly, you could say a vintage performance by the Colts tonight, even with all the talent they've graduated from their last couple of teams, including that 2024 Penguins Cup club. We will eyeball the net down to our left, as down to our right, Ben Waldron has to make another save. Hennigan ties up his man. Bevan shoots it. Score! Hold the plane for Minkus! Bevan has tied it 5-on-5, and it's 2-2 with 2:02 remaining. Waldron got a piece of it, but before he could react, it just floated in and sat behind that goal line. And Randy Bevan has his second of the season, and that one is kind of a big deal. A 2-2 game in the final 2 minutes of third period play. Hennigan knocked to the ice as he sends it near side for Powell. And Powell gets career point 101, setting up the goal by Bevan. Powell ducking under the check of Strohsnyder. Strohsnyder tackling him to the ice in the corner. Officials for the moment swallowing their whistles. Anderson inside the line, and a player down in the corner for Avonworth as Waldron makes a save. And finally we get a whistle after much confusion and consternation in the stands, and Strohsnyder's going to be penalized. The Lopes, who are 0 for 4 on the penny power play, are getting another that will carry into sudden victory overtime should they fail to score here. And should the Colts not score shorthanded, for that matter. It will not be a power play. Coincidental minors. Powell and Stroh-Snyder both sent off coincidentally. So both teams are at full strength for the final minute of third period action. Anderson just inside the line. Chori up for Venero. Venero knocked off the puck. The Colts get it deep off the stick of Hetchko. Dolan unable to play it from behind goal. CV takes over in the offensive zone. Szymanski off the boards. Stiers from the corner. Up but not out. Colts have it again to the point for Venero. Venero plowed by Moore. Lopes through center with under half a minute to go. Stiers knocked off the puck by Szymanski. It's like the Wild West out there. Tornabin from the boards. Bevan touched it, no icing. 10 seconds left. Bevan trying to protect this puck. Shields in the corner will kill the clock. A penalty coming up at the end of regulation, a slashing call. And the Colts might have earned themselves an even-up call after the whistle. Jimmy Shields sent off for retaliating as the Lopes were about to get a power play, and Venero going off for the Colts. So with .6 ticks to talk, both penalty boxes get a little bit fuller. Once again, these are the last two Penguins Cup champions, and the longer this game's gone on, the more it's felt like a playoff game. And we're not done yet. To the Mount Washington Shop and Save overtime we go. Chartiers Valley Colts 2, Avonworth Antelopes 2 at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Randy Bevan's late equalizer extends this game for the Lopes. So we'll keep it right here. The Colts have already lost once in OT. That was in their season opener to North Hills, as we mentioned earlier. And the last time they played in this venue, CV and Avonworth, that game went to overtime as well. Dylan Szymanski with the game-winning power play goal, 1:40 remaining in the extra period. The score of that game was 3-2. The score of this game, one way or the other, is going to be 3-2. Three minutes of 3-on-3 hockey. Game on. The Colts control the opening face-off of OT. Held over the line. Viola cutting toward goal. Held right into the glove of Hetchko. We've talked all night about Waldron, the Avonworth Jr. quietly making 17 stops at the other end. Dolan controls this face-off for the Lopes. Lead pass to Ermlich. Ermlich from the circle, firing wide to the far post. And it ricochets all the way out to Viola. Viola one-on-one with Dolan. Now Ermlich does get back. Shot again, a standing glove save made by Hetchko. Lopes control the own zone face-off once again. Linus Jesenowski up the left side. Szymanski pinned against the boards. Jesenowski out in front. Moore couldn't shoot it. DeAngelis has it for the Colts. Moore hot on his trail. DeAngelis forces the save from Hetchko, and the rebound comes all the way back into Colts territory. 1 minute gone by in OT. And here is Dylan Szymanski, the Colts captain. Up for Chori. Chori fakes, goes behind the net. Chori turnaround try. Lopes get a couple of men in front of Hetchko, and they matriculate this puck back to center ice. Jesenowski pulling back. Avonworth has to tag up. Chiasano wants to make a line change, and he will. Stiers through center. Still has it for the Lopes. Stiers forcing the save from Waldron, and he pins it up against his pad. Colts win the defensive zone draw. Tyler Held over the line. Held pulled down by Dolan. Penalty coming up on the Lopes. And could we see history repeat? CV on the penny power play with exactly a minute remaining in the sudden victory session. Dolan is the guilty party. Hooking the official indication. A 4-on-3 power play at overtime for Chartiers Valley, which has this puck. Tyler Held at left point for Venero. Venero looking for space. Powell on top of him. Held for Venero. Venero to goal. Shooting off of goaltender Hetchko. Szymanski from the circle to the point for Held. Held fires. Save made by Andrew Hetchko. Tornabin dumped at the whistle. 33 to go in OT. Loops push this puck to the boards, but not out. Venero for Held. 25 to go. Held shoots and misses. Hetchko may have gotten a piece of that one. Held one more time at center point for Szymanski. 15 to go. Szymanski for Held. Held fires. Score! Straight cash, homie! Tyler Held shot it. Tornabin may have tipped it, but the Colts, with 10 ticks to talk, nevertheless win it on the penny power play. Chartiers Valley 3, Avonworth 2. What a hockey game. And what a debut by freshman goaltender Ben Waldron. He is mobbed by his teammates and now starts the handshake line at center after making 40 saves to win his PIHL varsity debut. 19 stops for Hetchko in the losing effort. The Lopes now with 4 points on the season, the Colts with 6. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski. Thank you, Michael Lyman and the Four Seasons. And Tornabin will get credit for it. It is Tornabin's goal his second of the season and game. Held gets the primary helper. There you have it. So thanks again, Austin McLean. And thank you for watching and listening. The Colts beat the clock and win it from the Lopes 3-2 in overtime. I'm Matt Popchock, and that's all she wrote from Mount Lebanon. We'll see you right back here in 1 week. Same hockey time, same hockey channel for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Tyler Held retreating to center. Held with momentum now over the line. Held toward goal. Score! Tyler Held gives the Colts a 1-0 lead, and why don't you make yourself a dang quesadilla? Go back to Venero. One too many passes there, I think, as one of the Colts is dumped into the net with Hetchko hanging on to that puck. And Benetti will checked. Jasanowski gets it back, and what a save there by Waldron. And he's got the follow-up as well. A bang-bang play right at the side of the net to Ermlich. Ermlich fires, deflected on goal. It's still loose, or is it? No. Ben Waldron hung on. Surveying the play. Turns it over. Stiers, left wing. Score! Owen Stiers fires a puck that had fire coming out of the back of it. Out in front, intended for Stroh-Snyder. He knocks down Jimmy Shields. Shields gets back up as play continues. Stiers again. That caught the bar behind Waldron. Wide by Stiers. It's still available in front. Put on Waldron. He makes a save. They're hacking. They're whacking. And a generous whistle for the Char Valley rookie. Stiers, left side for Jasanowski. Jasanowski in front. Shot. Waldron says Wichterman plays it to center for Tornabin. Tornabin with Wichterman going to the net. Tornabin for Wichterman. Couldn't connect. Kramer to center, Szymanski. Szymanski off his own man, Venero, and that hit off one of the rafters. Deep for Avonworth. Shields snatches it. Shields in front, Jasanowski. Oh, what a stop there by Waldron. Brendan Hennigan in the box. Colts to the penny power play. Held on goal. Good save there by Hetchko. Colts with a two-man power play for just over a minute. Held through a crowd. It's loose and put in! Austin Tornabin with his first of the season on the front end of that two-man power play. It's 2-1 Colts and Sophie. The Lopes trying to play damage control as Moore fires it off the body of Szymanski, and Waldron makes another save shorthanded on Joey Moore. And a chance shorthanded maybe for Jasanowski. Held gets there on time. Jasanowski shoots on Waldron, who covers. To the corner, DeAngelis around a man. Waldron, the aggressor, will cover the puck. His shot from a bad angle blocked easily by Held, who was right in his grill. Ermlich taken down across the blue line. Hennigan ties up his man. Bevan shoots it. Score! Hold the plane for Minkus. Bevan has tied it 5-on-5, and it's 2-2 with 2:02 remaining. Over the line, Viola cutting toward goal. Held right into the glove of Hetchko. And it ricochets all the way out to Viola. Viola one-on-one with Dolan. Now Ermlich does get back. Shot again, a standing glove save made by Hetchko. Stiers through center. Still has it for the loop. Stiers forcing the save from Waldron, and he pins it up against his pad. Tyler Held over the line. Held. Pulled down by Dolan. Penalty coming up on the Lopes. And could we see history repeat? Szymanski from the circle to the point for Held. Held fires. Save made by Andrew Hetchko for Szymanski. 15 to go. Szymanski for Held. Held fires. Score! Straight cash, homie! Tyler Held shot it. Tournament may have tipped it. Let's win it on the penny power play. Chartiers Valley 3, Avonworth 2. What a hockey game.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.